Hello! In today's video I'm going to show you how to draw these autumn leaves in Procreate. This is easier than you think, and even if you're a beginner, I promise you can draw this. So let's start. I'm going to draw this on the A4 canvas from Procreate. And here, as always, I have prepared the color palette for you. You can download it, link will be in the description. Or you can also check my Instagram stories, it will be also available there. First we're going to do the background. So let's start with this light green color. And we are just going to drop it onto the canvas. This will be a base color for our background. So now we are going to create a new layer above that layer. And here we are going to add some more colors. So let's open the colors. And let's take this third color in line, this very light blue color. The brush we are going to pick will be medium brush from airbrushing. And the size I'm using is 21%. Let's add some of this color to the background, just some random spots like this. Now we're going to change the color for the next one in line. So this darker blue color. And let's draw some spots like this, very randomly. Now again, we're going to change the color for the next one, this green one. And let's add some more color here. Now again, we have to take a new color, this brown color, and let's add it here too. And the last color for now will be this yellow color. And this color, let's add it just a little bit. We can always go back later in and add some more colors. Okay, now we're going to blend those colors together, and to do that, let's go to the adjustments, and then Gaussian blur, layer, and now just swipe your pencil on the screen to pick the blur size, and here let's do it 41%. Now we're going to create a new layer to add some bokeh lights, so let's do that. And for this, the color will be this light orange one. And the brush we're going to use is in luminance and it's called bokeh lights. First I'm going to use the brush size 28% and I'm adding those lights here. Now we're going to change the color for the first one, this light green one, and here let's make the size bigger. Maybe 50%, and let's add some light here at the top and just a little bit here at the bottom. So for now this background is okay and we can move on to drawing our leaves. Let's create a new layer and now we're going to pick the color, this brown color here, and we will draw a twig. The brush for this will be in inking and I'm going to use syrup brush. The brush size I'm using is 43%. So now let's just draw a line like this across the canvas. Let's make it a little bit thicker here on this side. Now let's change the brush size to 27%. And we can add here some more twigs parts like this. And maybe one more here. We're going to add some light on this twig. So for this we're going to create a new layer. Let's tap on it and set it to clipping mask. This way we are going to be drawing only within the twig's shape. Let's change the color to this very light yellow color. And we are going to change the brush. Let's go to airbrushing and pick medium brush. The brush size will be 4%, and we can just add some light on the twig like this, at the top of it. In some places on the twig we can make it more intense, and some places we can leave empty without the light. Okay, this is enough, and now we can move on to drawing leaves. Let's create a new layer for this, and the color we are going to pick is this yellow color. The brush, let's go back to inking and to the syrup brush, and now we can just draw leaf shapes like this. And one more leaf here. And now we are going to drag and drop the color inside those shapes. So this is the base for our leaves, and now we are going to be adding more details to them. There will be a lot of colors inside of them to make them look very autumny. Let's open the layers and make a new layer. Tap on it and set it to clipping mask. And now we're going to change the color to this light orange one. We are going to change the brush. Let's go to artistic section and pick Old Beach. The brush size I will be using is 3%. And now we can draw some veins on those leaves. I will be doing each step on each leaf, one by one. So also here I'm going to draw some veins. And now next step, we're going to make it look more interesting, and we will add some more color to those veins. So let's tap on this layer with them and set it to alpha lock. This means we are going to be drawing only on those lines we just drew. Let's change the color to this brown color, and we can make the brush a little bit bigger, maybe 10%, and we can go over those lines randomly, not everywhere, just in some places. Now we want those lines to look more soft, so we are going to add Gaussian blur to them. But first we have to turn off that alpha lock, because it will not work when the alpha lock is turned on. So let's go to Adjustments, Gaussian blur, Layer, and let's add a very small blur, maybe 1%. Now we can start adding some more colors to the leaves. Let's create a new layer and tap on it and set it to clipping mask. And first color we're going to add here is this light orange one. The brush size will be 19%, and we can just add some colors onto the leaves like this. This brush is very nice for this, it has a little bit of texture to it, and also you can use more or less pressure when drawing with it, so you can make it very interesting here. I'm adding the color kind of randomly in between the veins, like this. And this will be the first layer of colors, so you don't have to do here too much. We'll be adding a lot more later. Let's maybe change the brush size to 25% and keep drawing like this. Now it's time for the next color. Let's pick this darker orange color and draw with it on the leaves. I'm mostly drawing on top of the other orange color to make it more intense and more textured. What's nice about drawing autumn leaves is that they have a lot of colors and you can just go with your creativity here, make them very colorful, add a lot of colors, or not so much, however you want them to look like. You can also find some reference pictures if you feel like this would be easier for you. Now we're going to add more color, this dark brown color. And with this color, I'm using very light pressure. I'm barely touching the screen with my pen, because I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, and now I'm going to change the brush size to 6%. And I will add some more small details like this. I will add some random spots to the leaf. And I'm adding also those small spots on the other leaves. And now, instead of adding more colors to the same layer, I'm going to create a new layer, and I will tap here to change the blending mode. Let's go to overlay. Let's tap on the layer and set it to clipping mask as well. And the color here we're going to pick is this green one. And now let's make the brush bigger, 15%. And we can add the green color like this in few places. So this is more like adding some light green tint to the leaves. I'm also trying to add it more on the side where will be shadow on the leaf. Okay, and now we're going to do the same with the brown color. But here I'm going to change the brush to airbrushing and soft brush. I'm turning down the opacity to 71%. And the brush size will be 4%. Let's add this very lightly to the side where the shadow will be on the leaves. It will make the colors pop more. And now if you think this is too strong, we can go to the layers and tap on it here, and we can turn down the opacity. I'm changing the opacity to 63%. So now this is not so dark. To make the leaves look not so sharp on the edges, we're going to erase some of the edges. So let's go to the layer of the yellow base of the leaves, this one, and we're going to use the eraser. Let's tap on it again. And here let's pick artistic and old beach brush. The brush size I'm going to use is 11%. And I will just go around the edge of the leaves, taking away that sharp contour. Now we're going to add some more light and shadow to the leaves. To do that, let's go to the adjustments and pick Hue, Saturation, Brightness and pick Pencil. Let's pick a brush, medium brush from airbrushing, and the brush size will be 3%. And I'm going to paint over the areas where I want to have light. Now as you can see, it paints with pink because at the bottom the hue is changed to 30%. But this is easy to see what we are doing like this. So let's keep it like that for now, and then we'll change it to our settings that we want. So I'm just marking the spaces where I want the light to be. So it's mostly on the edges of the leaves, on one side, and a little bit in the middle like this. And I will add also a very little bit of light here at the edges of the shadow part. And now we can change the brightness. It becomes lighter. Let's change the hue to 50% so it doesn't change the color of our leaf. And now let's adjust the brightness and saturation to what we want. So I'm going to play with it and see what I like the most. Okay, so here are my settings. Hue 50%, saturation 53%, and brightness 56%. Now we're going to tap here to finish this, and we're going to do it again, but adding shadows this way. Let's mark the areas where we want to make it darker later. Let's change the brush size to 6%. So I'm painting on the sides of the leaves that I want to be darker, where the shadow will be. Okay, now we can change the settings. Let's put the hue to 50%. And here's what I picked. Hue 50%, saturation 55%, and brightness 44%. Let's tap on it here to finish this. And now we're going to change the background a little bit, add some more darker colors there. So let's open the layers and tap on the layer of the colors for the background. And we are going to create a new layer. We are going to stick to this brown color for now. And the brush is medium brush. Let's make it bigger. And let's add some more darker colors behind the leaves. You can see they are already more visible. Now we can add some of the yellow color maybe. And one more color, the dark green one. I'm keeping this color close to the brown one. Now we can blur the colors a little bit together. So let's go to the Gaussian blur, layer, and here my blur size is 14.7%. And here, if you like it, it's finished, but we can still make some small adjustments to the leaves. So I'm going to tap on the top layer and create a new layer there. I'm going to change the blending mode to add, And I will be adding some more light to the leaves. Let's pick this light yellow color. Oops, I forgot to change the layer to clipping mask, so let's do that. Let's make the brush smaller, size 4%. And now I'm just adding the light on the edge of the leaves, like this. To make the light spread on the leaves, I'm going to add here Gaussian blur. And the size here of the blur is 10%. And now still I'm going to add more shadow to the leaves. So for this I'm going to create a new layer and set it to multiply. And also this should be clipping mask. And let's pick the brown color. And the brush size will be 10%. And I will add some more shadow here to the side. This is too dark, of course, but we'll change it in a moment. So let's go to the layers now, and we can tap on the layer and turn down the opacity to maybe 31%. Okay, this looks nice now. But I'm still going to do one more adjustment. You know, you can never stop playing with this. Always you can change something. So I'm going to go to the layer of the base of the leaves, this yellow one. And I'm going to go to the adjustments, hue, saturation, brightness, layer. And I will make that base color just a tiny bit darker. So I'm just changing the brightness to 48%. And this is now finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you will use it and draw your own leaves like this, please tag me on Instagram, I would love to see it. If you would like to support my channel and see more tutorials like this, please subscribe, leave a like and comment. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!